got destabilized. From that very day, the moment I was called to say, this is what happened, I couldn't focus that very day. And then hardly a day I don't think of him. I'm being very honest. There's hardly a day I don't think of him. Me, for instance, I had plans for him, but the unfortunate thing was I never said the plan to him. I don't know, the effect is just too much on me.
So in today's video, I'm going to interview my husband to know the impact of the effects of his dad's loss on him, how he's taking it, how he intends to move on, what things can be done to make him forget it, even though he can't forget it in a hurry or for life, you know. So I'm going to catch up with you guys later. Hello guys, I'm back again. I said I was gonna ask my husband when he wakes up. You don't know what I want to talk about. I'm sure you know. You hope you're not emotional.
I'm listening.
Do you remember today? For anything?
Yeah, today makes it that I lost my dad.
Right. So because I saw your sister's status. Did you see it? Have you seen it?
I've not checked my WhatsApp this morning.
Okay, so I remembered again and I thought of the effects it had on everybody, and I know the way it really hits you. So I'm like, do you want to? Because my topic today is about talking about the effects of losing a loved one in someone's life. So I have to talk about. I always miss it because I remember the way we used to call us from time to time, checking on us, and I miss him, and I know you missed him too because of you always talk about him. You've never even recovered. You still talk. Yes, no one can recover from that kind of a thing. But so, what do you want to say briefly about the effects of his death on you, or the effects of losing someone to someone? Talking from your own experience.
Yeah, if we had to talk about the effects of losing a loved one, for me in particular, it's been a very I can't say painful because it's not like I'm feeling any natural
more than that
physical pain. Yeah, it's more than that word. Like emotionally, you know, I got destabilized. From that very day, the moment I was called to say this is what happened, I couldn't focus that very day. And then, you know, since events leading up after that time, like to the burial period, after the funeral services and so many things, whenever there is an incident going on or an event happening that would be kind of related, or that I can kind of relate to my dad's incident, you know, it makes me recall the very first day I had the call about his demise, and then I don't know, the effect is just too much on me because oftentimes, just like my wife rightly said, even up until this moment, I still haven't recovered completely. I was still telling her last week I told her I still saw him in my dream, you know, and that was even funny enough, that was the first time I would see him since he passed away. That was the first time I was seeing him. So to cut the long story short, the effect had been very, very much on me. There is hardly a day I don't think of him. I'm being very honest. There is hardly a day I don't think of him. But sometimes what I use in consoling myself is some of the things I enjoyed, like that father and son relationship that I enjoyed from him while we were growing up, the treats he gave us as his children, you know.
I think that is what will make that effect be really, really much, because if you remember the bond, the affection,
yeah, it makes
the way he cares,
it makes the effect to be much more in a positive way. Like I said, those are one of the things I use in consoling myself. Like after all, even if he's still alive at the moment, I won't enjoy those things from him because the time is not there. Distance, one, and then secondly, family and me, I've had my own family. And we are still his direct family anyway, but me, I've had my family, so it reduces that time. So, you know, so even if he's alive, the treat all
You
those
can't even give that
what-
to yeah now.
yeah, you know, we give those treats as human beings to our
You
loved
only
ones
give
that
those
are-
treats
that are
to
the
your
younger
maybe
ones,
to your
your
grandchildren,
children, you know,
to his
exactly.
grandchildren.
So what I'm saying in a nutshell is, it is not the treats that makes me miss him, but the treats, all those treats makes me like, you know, remember him, the good things he had done, and those things makes me feel, oh, okay, even though he's gone, at least I had so many good things to talk about it. So it's not just even me alone. I've had relatives, I've had people that I don't even know, you know, that were saying so many things about him, good things, like what he had done to them that they never even thought he could do. We had helped so many people, you know. So all those things were like form of consolation to me. So it's to cut the long story short, it's a painful experience when you lose a loved one. Rather, you know, you start thinking of, oh, I wish he hasn't gone, I wish he's still here, I've got this plan. Like in me, for instance, I had plans for him, but the unfortunate thing was I never said the plan to him, but indirectly I've been telling him, but it was just between me and him, and he didn't know I meant what I really meant. But my siblings never knew I had such plan, you know. So if I think about that time, the time he died, and what I wanted to do and what I should have done, so all those things makes it more makes me more emotional. Sometimes I'll be in the train if I'm going to work or I'm going out, or probably in the bus, and I'll think about certain moments. It might be a moment while I was growing up as a kid, or in one of those instances that he disciplined me. I still think about such instance, and then the more I think of such instances and you know, those times I was growing up, the more I become more emotional, and then sometimes I start wiping my tears away from my face with my face towel. So there's hardly a day if I don't think of him in a day, at least in a week. At least, I'm not exaggerating, at least in a week, 2-3 times. Up till now, yeah.
Wow.
Up till now.
Anyway, I just brought my husband here because he's close to me, and I can also feel the impact of what the effect of the loss is doing to him, and it's affecting us too, because whenever he talks about it, whenever he remembers, I feel moody too. Apart from the fact that I also have my own moments when I remember him, and I don't want to say out to my husband because I don't want him to remember, because I'm like, maybe he has forgotten. If I bring it up again, I might stir up another kind of mood in the house, the atmosphere, like that. So I just use this medium to like console everybody that has gone through one kind of loss or the other, especially the loss of lives. You know, it's really, really very, very painful experience, very hurting. Nobody wants their aged, even if the person is so elderly aged, we still do not want them to go. Not talk of when they are not still that old, or we don't see it coming, things like that, and it happened. But that is how life is, and we need to move on and accept our fate. Okay, so I just want to use this medium to like say, guy, calm down. I know how you feel.
I've calmed down. That is the truth.
Life.
There's nothing. It has happened, and then, you know.
Yeah.
I've moved on anyway, but it's not like I've moved on.
Yeah, but you cannot forget.
I can't forget those memories. I can't forget those things.
Especially is the kind of that is in your life.
Can't be removed from my mind or my memory.
You know.
So from time to time, those things would always still come on me, and I would want to,
especially the fact that he is like, he was in our lives, like he's always calling, checking on it. It's not as if he's just there, we don't hear from him like months, you know. Maybe you would have been forgotten, or maybe even before you moved here, maybe even though you guys don't live together at a point, you know, because you are now grown up, you need to like live on your own, it was still there, like checking on everybody, this and that. So that will always make the bond to grow, you know. So when that now happens, that someone that always check on you, that always call, that always do this and that, is no more, they are not hearing the person's voice again, you can't even call the person's number, you will feel the impact again, and that's how life is.
Even on our family
group
chat, his picture as we speak is still there as the profile picture. So
yeah, because it was the reason why you guys created that group chat, right?
Yeah. And then when I used to send money a lot, I have a list of people, my direct family members, not direct only because I now have my own direct family, which is
siblings, your siblings.
My siblings.
You call it extended family now.
Extended family, my siblings and a few cousins of mine. You know, my dad's name is there on that list. So once in a while, if there's a need for me to send money or to make transfer, you know, and then if I go through that list,
I think you're just making him. You're the one that's making it difficult.
Each time I see his face or I hear his name, that's the truth. I'm being very honest. Each time I see his face or I hear his name, I still feel like, can what has happened be reversed? Can it be reversed? Can it be undone? You know, even though I know 100% that it can happen, but I wish.
There's an idiom that says
it's a lot of trauma.
There's an idiom that says, if horses were wishes, beggars will ride. If the things we always wish for in life will always come to pass, nobody will be crying, nobody will be poor, nobody will be sick, everybody will have all that they want, because it's just a matter of wishing and it will happen.
People will still cry, some people will still be sad from what you just said.
Because nobody will wish themselves anything bad now.
Nobody will wish themselves, but they wish, if they wish other people bad.
No. Maybe wishes for yourself. maybe wishes for whatever you want.
Mr. A will say, Mr. A will wish himself to be a billionaire and wish Mr. B not to be a billionaire, so that Mr. B cannot be serving.
No, I don't know that kind of way. No, you can only wish for yourself whatever you wish for yourself.
Which you're looking at it or which you're emphasizing on it.
No, I didn't look at it.
If you say personally, if everybody say it personally to themselves, then that is
no. The idiom is, if wishes were horses, beggars were ride.
So that is what the
idiom didn't say
the context.
If wishes were horses, everybody should wish. No, they didn't say wish you whatever you wish. That's what people say. That's what some people say. I wish you whatever you wish for me. Yeah. So if truly you wish me bad, let it happen to you as well. You know that sometimes people will say, I wish whatever you wish for me. So I think they're trying to be careful that in case you have wished me bad and I've wished you well, whatever you wish on me, let it go back to you, things like that. Anyway, I don't want this. I think we need to right now. I don't want anything rolling down, because throughout the night you might be like, I wish you were not here. Guy, you rest now. Let this man rest. Okay. All right now. So I've just talked about the effects that loss have on us, and you heard it from my husband. How we still feel, how the other members of family still feel, how we, myself as daughter-in-law, still feel about him. My kids might not be able to say more if they miss him or what, because they are still small and they don't really still understand things like that. They don't really talk to him like that, and but I just pray that I wish that anybody going through any kind of loss in one way or the other, the Lord will give them the fortitude to bear the loss and prevent any kind of loss that want to happen to us prematurely, in Jesus' name. Amen. I remain to be about Will saying, if my content suits you, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Send comments in the comment section about your own experience, what you think, and I will see you in my next video. Cheers and bye.
Bye guys. Bye.